Well, some athletes are always pushing the boundaries of the human body and the limits of human endurance. And some of these athletes run what is called an ultra marathon, just what it sounds, a race on foot of 50 or even up to 100 miles, ran all at once without stopping. One of the most famous of these ultra marathons is run in a town called Leadville, Colorado, about a mile above Denver in the Rocky Mountains. Hundreds start this race every year, very few finish, but one person who has is a South Dakota man on a mission. Jolene Letcher has his story.
Here, tomorrow turns into today. What starts ends, all at an hour when darkness and impending daylight meet in a seemingly seamless blur of up all night and awake before dawn. The tenacity of what built this mining town now shows in a sea of sunglasses and headlamps as 1,200 dig for something buried so much deeper.
But fighting spirit, that's what it takes sometimes to get through it.
And marked with that fighting spirit, 54-year-old Ed Thomas of Sioux Falls. The 31st Leadville Trail 100 run, yes, 100 miles, the famous and infamous race across the sky. He hopes his first 100-miler comes full circle in 25 hours. At the first check-in, Ed cruises in 18 minutes earlier than his 8-page plan planned for.
I'm golden, but I'm feeling good, so a little ahead of pace. Let's see, it's a beautiful morning.
Pirouetting and prancing among the chorus of pebbles and people, Ed arrives early, again.
I've been trying to slow down.
But like when you run this race, or the one that starts the day we're born,
Hey, brother.
and you try to slow down but can't, suddenly you find yourself faced with a mountain.
And do you really want to know the story? I mean, why I started running?
The former high school wrestler starts to run in June 2010 because he wanted to grapple with what his son would face as he entered rehab.
And I was thinking, well, what could I do maybe to kind of go through that long, hard road with him and kind of experience that? And I thought, well, I'll just run a marathon, so metaphorically maybe going down that same dark road or hard road or whatever. So literally hobbled in, and I was crying the whole time, and my wife goes, "Is this it?" And I go, "No, I can't wait till the next one." So
that start, and running 70 miles a week to train, brings him to Hope Pass. A marriage of awesome and awful. Elevation rising 3,000 feet in 3 miles. The thinning air barely holds a few wafting notes of hope. Runners, now walkers, make their way up. As the few who will finish first, they start back down along with the sun. In tow and on her toes for the return, Ed gets a pacer.
I'm a little behind.
And bathed in the waning warmth of day,
finally, we turned the corner.
day burns out, along with the internal batteries of the human body.
Kind of go through bad spells and good spells, but then my headlamp went out because we couldn't see anything for like miles.
Now a new day and a disco ball with its carefree sprinkling of sparkle taunts and teases blistered and battered bodies. Ed can barely cram in sips of water. And they go on.
Honestly, in the middle of the night, like at 2, 3 in the morning, I thought, I don't know if I'm going to make this thing.
Make it for the 30-hour cutoff.
It never crossed my mind that I was going to quit.
Yet through the darkness and the doubt,
Because, something got me through that night. I don't know what.
night gives rise to day.
It's not that long. Until at the end of a 100-mile race, it's like forever.
Every footstep a feat in the last clash against gravity and will. 28 hours, 36 minutes, 51.84 seconds.
I kept my head down because there's tears.
Tears that meet metal, achievement in its physical form, handed over by the race's founder.
the most amazing thing I've ever really done. I don't know how that much pain could be that much fun, really.
In this race, winning comes with losing the perception of pain and the fear of fatigue, knowing the start and the finish may appear to be lines, but really, they form a circle that tells a story of struggle against odds with every stride and surrender to the determination of the soul.
All right, Jolene, great story. And we're here at Seachy Hollow State Park by Sisseton, South Dakota, and we're on the hiking trails. And these are actually very nice compared to what they were running on in Colorado.
I would say these are like a Cadillac compared to what we actually took for part of the story. About a foot wide, dirt, gravel, sheer cliff down 1,000 feet, Tom.
And Ed's going to run another race here right away in Minnesota.
3 weeks.
All right, thanks, Jolene Letcher. We'll take you to North Dakota for a little Spirit of the Wild when we come back with big game hunter Donnie Vincent.